Hello friends, Tom Watkins here, coming to you today from Utrecht, Netherlands. It's been a really beautiful sunny Sunday. Utrecht, we can't get enough of it. It's, if you're from the area or just the Netherlands in general, you know that sunshine is very, very valued in this country because it's you get all seasons in the span of like 1 hour. You could get snow, rain, sunshine, sleet. You get all of it in the span of 1 hour. So, been super beautiful today. Clear sky, spring is coming. I can feel it. So it's been really nice. That intro that I just kind of slopped my way through. I had an idea for a video today, just a cool kind of concept to share with you. And it kind of goes along with, if you've watched my video that I put out either last week or I'm not sure when I put it out, but it's a video about phrasing. There's a certain scale that we use in that video, and it's essentially the pentatonic scale. But we add the fourth note to that scale, so it sounds like this. So this is a really cool sound to get in your playing. It's kind of got this like gospel-y sort of sound, and when you harmonize that scale, so stack every note in a third, you come up with chords you come up with two chords. The one chord, so in this case G, and the two chord A minor. That's the entire scale. So I'll say that one more time. So if you harmonize all of those notes, it's just the major scale without the seven. You get the one chord and the two chord, the minor two chord of the key, which is really cool. So you can bring that sort of concept into your improvising and your playing and create some really cool ideas. That's kind of like what I was doing in the intro of this video. So let's just like walk those chords up the neck. I'm kind of doing this like, I don't even know what voicing to call this. It's kind of like some sort of dropped voicing. I've got 3 here, open D, and then B, 4th fret G string on the first 4 strings are all I'm playing. I'm muting the A string. So instead of just doing something like this, which you could totally do, what would the next chord be? I don't even know. It's not really practical to play like these big chord shapes. Sorry, it'd be a minor chord. It's not really practical to play these big chord shapes when you're improvising. It's a lot easier if you can just break it down to 3 notes, right? So it would sound something like this. So that's A minor. I got A, E, C, and I'm going to G over B, so G in first inversion, and then I'm going to C over A minor, so C, A, E, and then I'm going to D over G, and then you can keep going to E over A minor, which would be like that, and then you're back at the start. So it's a really cool sound to get that into your playing, and you can kind of try and improvise, lines with this sort of idea. Like if you're just doing arpeggios, it might sound something like this. Something like that, maybe. then the other thing that's cool about A minor is that it leads to D, right? Whenever you have like a 2/5 in G, like an A minor usually goes to a D chord. You can think about this as just a G going to a D. Oops. Which is kind of like what I was trying to do in the intro, but I was just sloppily playing something to kind of demonstrate what this sound is. And don't just do it on the top strings. Try to take this sound all the way through your strings. And another thing that this really helps you do, since it's so closely related to the pentatonic scale, it helps you visualize the chords and the inversions up the neck. So if I was trying to do it on, let's say, like the A, the D, and the G string, that might sound something like this. That's your first G chord. It's G over B. G, D, B. The next one would be C, E, A. The next one would be G in second inversion. D, G, B. Next is E. You got E, A, C. And then next, you're jumping up from that E up to, because remember, we're skipping the 7th of the scale. You're jumping up from that E to the G. And if you keep in mind that the 7th is the 3rd of D, which is your 5 chord, you're really close to these chord tones that can make you resolve something kind of melodically. So I'm at G here, so G. The next one would be A, right? A, C, E, and then you're back top. So, and if you can visualize where the pentatonic scale in all of these positions, I'm in the A shape. I'm in the A shape of the G major pentatonic in this shape. With this B over G, I'm in the G shape, or E minor. This is obviously the C shape, because we're making a C. We're making kind of a C shape here. And then if I go to this one, this would kind of be like the G shape, or I'm sorry, the D shape. And then my favorite set of strings to do this on is the D, G, and B. These three strings are kind of like my favorite. You get a lot of character out of these 3 strings. It's my favorite set of strings to play chords on and to really kind of get inside of the changes on. And you can do cool things like kind of like how I was voicing it in the beginning, where you've got the root note on the bottom, and then you're putting the rest of the chord on these 3 sets of strings. And there's your D chord. And then, of course, the bottom set of strings. The bottom set of strings is kind of tricky. Not tricky, it's got a totally different character to it, you know. Here's your D shape G chord. If I go down, there's your A minor. If I go down again, this is out of your E shape G chord. If I go down again, this is kind of like your, I guess your A, you know, your A minor is here, and if you just take the bottom strings, that's out of that shape, and then we're gonna start. So there's like a D minor shape for your A minor chord, and then if I go up to the next D chord, it would be kind of like the A shape of the D chord. So yeah, to mess around with this, it's cool to throw some chords in your soloing when you not just lines the whole time, you know. It's cool to kind of throw some chords in there to kind of anchor the ear. And if you can use chords that are the pentatonic scale, you know, it helps to, I think it helps to create more melodic ideas when you know, if you know the pentatonic scale really well, you can kind of use these chords to help guide your ear as you're creating melodies in your head. And then, like I said, just to remind you one more time, you've got that F sharp that's not in the scale. So whenever the 5 chord comes up and you play that F sharp, it's like really obvious to the ear that you're thinking about the chord changes. So yeah, that's it. I hope you get some use out of that. I thought it was like a really cool concept when I first discovered this. To recap, it's the pentatonic scale, the major pentatonic scale, and then we're just adding the 4th note of the major scale into that pentatonic scale. And then if you do that in harmony, if you stack thirds above each one of those notes in that scale, it comes out to the 1 chord and the 2 chord. So G, in this case, we're in the key of G, so G and A minor, and if you play those chords in their inversions up the neck, you're essentially playing the pentatonic scale, but in chords. And the reason why this is cool is because you can, you know, go to some pentatonic lines, and then you can, when the 5 chord comes, you can go to the F sharp, which is the only note that we're leaving out in the scale. So yeah, I hope you get some use out of that. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll make sure that I answer all the questions. I'm gonna go try to enjoy the sunshine maybe a little bit more before it goes down here. And yeah, if you haven't yet and you're enjoying this content, make sure to like, leave a comment below, subscribe, and yeah, keep your eye out for more videos like this because I'm releasing new videos all the time. Okay, I'll see you next time.